So first of all, would love to. We are so happy to welcome you all to Enterfest. It's awesome having so many varied, talented people whose talents really cross such a broad spectrum. Starting off our panel here with Twice, it was really cool when Gobbit connected us, and I've actually been a fan of your videos for a while now. So it's super
Awesome.
cool to have you here at our debut event and for you to be a part of this.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it.
One of the ongoing themes of our event here is about how creativity brings so many varied, different communities of people together. And there are a few places where you can see that well as VR chat, where you've got such a diverse pool of interesting people and these communities that form around them. What are some of the most interesting ones that you've encountered recently, just as far as those different communities go?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, VR chat is filled with so many unique individuals from all different walks of life, and these people they form dozens of new communities, sub-communities, and more at such a rapid pace that it's super hard to keep up with. I've only really scratched like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to like discovering communities, because there's thousands of them, right? But as of recently, there's this one group that I found called the Mighty Gym. It's a VR gym community, and they hold real fitness classes. It's nothing like I've ever seen before, right? You get a good sweat when attending their classes, doing their exercises, and it's really good for mirror dwellers. You know, you can get some blood flowing through their legs and stuff like that, right? And I've really taken a liking to their group because it's super fun. And with this group, you get the social aspect of playing VR chat, meeting new people you would have never met in a million years, while outside of VR, while also getting good exercise that's ultimately good for your body.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I was enjoying your video on them as well. So I was definitely wanting to ask you. And about yourself as a content creator, what can you share a little bit about what your journey into VR has been like?
It's been a crazy journey. It all started by just like me wanting to make a random video about VR chat because it was something that I was just playing at the time. Oh, I'll just make a video on it. And then I started growing a lot of traction, and it started getting more serious. And I was like, okay, this is really turning into something. Let me try to see if I can turn my dream of being a YouTuber into a reality, because I've always wanted to make content and stuff like that ever since I was in the 4th grade.
And like, what would you say to like people that may be like watching or interested in wanting to get into VR? How would you like encourage them to sort of dip their toes into that pool?
I would say just go for it. YouTube is super fun. Don't worry about getting expensive equipment. Don't worry about like getting all the programs, Photoshop, Premiere. Start off simple. Just start doing it for fun, because that's what it's all about. Just having a good time, making content, meeting all types of different people through VR chat, and yeah.
Now, I would say that you're somebody who's very like well versed in like the new developments, especially not only just in VR, but like in the technology as well. So what are some that you're really excited about?
So right now we're sort of sitting in a period of time where there are new VR headsets coming out. The Apple Vision Pro, the Quest 3 announced recently, and the Big Screen Beyond, for example, just to name a couple of headsets. And the VR headsets are my favorite piece of VR hardware to follow, along with like full body tracking solutions and things like that. And I'm just really hoping that one day there's going to be a company, whether it's Valve or somebody else, that creates just the best VR headset with eye tracking, hand tracking, because I'm hoping that will become the norm for VR headsets moving forward, to just have those features just like commonplace in VR headsets, and having all these other cool features while still maintaining a super small and comfortable form factor. I don't want like a big, microwave on my headset or on my face,
Yeah, speaking as someone who's already tired from the microwave on their head, I can agree. But yeah, I've been eyeing the big screen VR for a while. Just
Yep.
precious. I cannot wait for the headaches you will save me from. But with all of that being said, what are some of your like favorite communities that you've come across in VR?
Let's see. I've definitely met a lot of roleplay. I think there's this one roleplay group. They've been around in VR chat for as long as I've played, called the Lolly Police Department. They do a lot of police roleplay things. They hold their own events, and it's super fun. I never knew how deep that rabbit hole went when it came to that roleplay community with the LPD. They hold a lot of like community held game events as well. It's super awesome, and ever since I made my video on that community, I've now become just a regular member, just like attending it whenever I can, because it's just such a good time.
That's awesome. They're definitely one of those communities where even if you don't know everything about what the community does, you have definitely heard their name in VR chat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard about them day one of being on VR chat. But
Yeah.
what is next for you? What is like the next VR adventure?
It's with VR being so still very young in its life cycle, it can be super unpredictable, right? I absolutely love what I'm doing. Making videos about VR and VR chat. I'm super passionate about it, and in the future, I'm really hoping that I'll be able to do this full time as an actual job, so that I can put all my effort into it, doing something that I love, and share that passion with everyone online.
That's awesome. And where can people find you online?
So I'm mostly on YouTube. That's my main place. YouTube.com/twicevr is where I upload my videos. And I have a Twitter account as well, the same handle as my YouTube. Those are the two main social media platforms I'm on right now, Twitter and YouTube.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to you, Naku. Holy shit, that was a fantastic performance. Thank you.
Expensive clapping.
All the expensive claps. Naku, I've been a fan of yours ever since the Naku experience, where I first got to enjoy and experience your music for the first time. So I'm so thankful to FIA and the entire TVRS community for introducing me to you, but also to introducing me to many of my closest friends that I met here in VR. It's amazing how communities can bring people together like that, and you will have like new friends that you never anticipated ever meeting that you meet here. So how have you found that the community of musicians has been? It's something I've seen is that you work very closely with a lot of the other music talent in VR. How has that experience been?
It's really like welcoming, I guess. I guess kind of it's really like this is people that are like in like the music community who are just very like willing to listen to anyone, no matter like who you are and whatnot. Like for example, this is an event that I have to go to every Friday. A guy named Camp Leroy hosts like this little campfire thing, and anyone can come in and play one song whenever they want. There's like a rule, you don't speak when we're performing and stuff, kind of be respectful. But like anyone can come in and do something, and it's just a really welcoming community. It's just like once you're in like the music community, it's like you kind of know everyone. it's just really nice.
I've found just like it's to be such a genuine space filled with just very kind people, and this feeling of the frontier of virtual reality that we're all in is a place. It's like the Wild West, but as if the Wild West wanted everyone around you to succeed. So it's a really good energy. So when performing in VR, what do you find is the thing that really captivates you about the way that you can connect with your audience? Like what makes that even like different from actual reality?
With VR, I guess I'm a lot more comfortable. I actually like way back when, like 2017, I started playing VR chat because I was very anxious and like very like socially, like I wouldn't interact with anyone pretty much. And then like I just kept playing and stuff, and then over time, like instead of like performing in real life, I started performing in VR, and it's really helped my actual social skills. But just performing in VR in comparison to IRL, there's also like so much more you can do. Like there are really cool like audio visual experiences, like in like the DJ scene and stuff. And it's like some stuff that you can't really do, like flying like dragons and all that fun stuff. It's not like on a TV screen. You actually feel like you're in like the experience, and like put music with that. It's a really cool like platform.
One of my memories of you from the from the Naku experience was just that everyone got to like get right up next to you, right on the stage, and they're all like practically leaping up on it in the process. You know, something that could never actually happen in real life without everyone getting arrested. So it is cool, like the things that you can do here in VR, and just like how that experience of connection with people can be so different. So how have you found your own community? Like I've encountered so many fans where if I even talk about you, people light up right away. So how has that experience been growing as an artist and finding fans and finding a following here in VR?
It's been amazing. I have no other words for that. It's been so awesome. Like, I like normally what I do is like I play in random public worlds for like people, and just play piano and sing, and random people can come up and listen. And like I've met like so many really cool people. Actually, I recently had my first like IRL DJ gig, and I had people who like were fans of the community, who are now like, you know, I consider them friends. They came along as well, like with on that trip, and it's just like, you know, we met in VR, just like out of nowhere in a random world, and then now we're like sharing a place and like having experiences in like different states and stuff. So it's like that's really cool.
Now, I know a little bit about the live performance. So you did a IRL performance. How was that? Like going from doing these big VR shows to doing a IRL performance. Did you end up like including elements of your virtual performances into your physical one?
So yeah, my VR performing translates, at least from what I felt like I was doing, it translates really well into IRL performing, because it's pretty much the same thing, except I don't have like the microwave on my head, you know. I have a little more freedom to see what I'm doing, but it's like now that I've had a lot of experience performing in VR, it helped a lot performing in real life. And in terms of like, you know, bringing my VR stuff to the IRL, pretty much, yeah, I did the same thing. I did my vocal effects, I did the piano and my Porter edits and stuff like that. So I guess you can say it was literally just like a translation of my performance from VR to IRL, and it's really cool. I also dressed up like myself. Like I had this outfit, and I put my hair in the same style.
That's fire.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd have a bit of a challenging time dressing up as my favorite VR avatar, but hey, nothing's impossible. I can put on like a really big purple wig, and I can make sure to whip everybody with that in the process, just like you here.
We can't
I
wait.
just gotta go to my local Walmart and I'm good.
Yeah, there you go.
But so, what advice would you have for people that want to break into the music scene here in VR, like up and coming musicians?
Just do it. Just start. Like how I started, I mean, maybe the times were different, but like how I started, I would just join random public open mic nights, sit in the corner in my Daft Punk model and play ukulele and sing. And then that's where I started. And down the line, I ran into some people who were like, oh, they were like streaming and like, oh, nice singing, guys. Oh, cool, thanks. They wanted to like join my community and like sing for me. And then from there, it just one after the other, you know, you just kind of get integrated into the whole community. People like figure out what you're doing. So if you're new to the music scene, like you want to get into it, just do it. Like just ask people. Like Corbell is a great person to start with. They run a lot of events and stuff. You can ask them, hey, is somewhere I can sing, like an open mic or something? And sometimes they host like these pop-ups like that. So just jump in and do it.
Absolutely, it's great advice. And speaking about you for a moment, there's two things I want to know. One, what is your next like project? Like, what is next for you with your music?
More original music. I have some singles and an EP, but I want to have like a full album to be able to do like a full VR concert with all of my music and stuff like that. So that is definitely my next endeavor, just more original music.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. I'm a fan, a lifelong one. And where can all the brand new fans that are watching today, where can they support your music?
My website pretty much has everything about me. If you go to imnaku.com, you can find all my links to all my socials and like everything I do. So my main platform is Twitch and Spotify though. So.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Naku. And thank you for being here. And Annalyn, you are next up, my friend.
Awesome.
Man, I'm
Can you hear me?
surrounded by.
It's good.
Yes, I can. I'm surrounded by so many like incredibly talented people here. Now, Annalyn, you are one of the very first incredible people here that I met here in VR. And I would love for you to just talk a little bit about the community that you're a part of, just to share with a little bit with everyone here and everyone watching.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm part of Ancients of VR chat. I'm a guide and an event coordinator. We're a moderated 18 plus community focused on like geared towards helping people find their people. We're SFW environment, so that's super fun. It's a whole lot easier to feel comfortable, for me at least. We do it through games and interactions, VRC and non-VRC games, so that's a fun time. We started off in 2021, March, with a UK version, and then they split off and then became Ancients of VR chat, and we have a sister server, Relics of VR, that's more EU based. Yeah, and so now we have a team of 10 mods and admin, and we have a team of 50 guides and event coordinators.
Now, when I first found out about your community, and I can honestly say I heard about it even before joining VR Chat. Like, it was spoken of very positively by a lot of people. Just the Ancients of VR being a really cool place, a safe place, and a friendly community. I had heard about the work that you were doing with Newbie Night, and being a way to welcome brand new users into VR chat and into VR. What led to that coming about, and like how have you seen that impacting others here in the VR space?
So I'm experiencing a little bit of lag. So if you tell me if it lags any when I'm speaking. First off, so Newbies has been around since the beginning of the server, and it's just they have paved the way for a rad event. I mean, it's such a fun time. I joined in February 2022 when there was like 2,500 people, and now there's like almost 9,000 people. And so that was fast we're growing. I became a guide in April of 2022, and I knew I wanted to help the new people get acclimated. To answer your questions, the Newbie Night came from the need, obviously, for the server to have to help people get acquainted with the server, understand and what we're about, and what we have to provide. Sometimes, I'll run to 15 plus new newbies. Sometimes I'll have repeat people. So our newbie nights can run from 15 people to 35 people. But normally it's about 15 new people, and I run those 3 times a week. So what I say is you'll see my superpower, my normalizing awkwardness is what I say. If you come to newbie nights, I'm so awkward. It's probably my neurodivergency loudly taking up a stance here. But anyways, yeah, so I would call newbie nights magical event. Yeah, it's magical. But anyway, so yeah, we meet all kinds of different people, as people have said before. We've met, caregivers and medical professionals and landscapers and biomedical engineers and you name it. So we want to provide a safe space for people to get to know the community and stay as long as they want to in newbies. That's what I say.
So it's safe to say you meet lots and lots of people that are brand new to VR. So let's talk about like the root of that adoption. Like, what do you think like excites people into trying out this weird and wonderful world that we are all in?
Okay, so I guess I'll start with, sometimes people come in terrified of communicating or feeling like they won't fit in, or those types of things. And so that's one of the first things that we run into is, hi, I'm so and so and I'm socially awkward, and I'm like, me too. So that's part of that, I think. The exciting part of VR chat, I think, is meeting people that want to know your story, to want to have lifelong friendships. That VR provides a safe space for self-expression with, in the safety of your own home, to be who you truly are. So you get to be chill with friends and have deep conversations, jumping off the edge of worlds. Go Paul, yeah. In a deep conversation, beautiful worlds like a long dream, or swimming in the beautiful the deep sea aquarium, or going to Dr. Morrow's organism, and we just all go chill and have such a fun time. I think that VR chat really allows you just to be who you are, and that's what brought me here.
That's really wonderful, and it's so just amazing that you're creating that space for people that are brand new to VR and wanting to find that connection with others. I know one of the reasons that I started getting involved is the desire to break out of the place that I was in and connect with other people that celebrated creativity and made me feel inspired to get up in the morning.
Right.
And I certainly found that and then some here. So are there any upcoming events that the Ancients of VR Chat are holding? How can people get involved with the community?
Okay, so I'm not going to read you all of them, even though I really want to. But there's never a shortage of things to do. We have over 100 channels to choose from. We have tons of events, 20 to 30 a week at least. We have Saturday game night coming up tonight. We have newbies. Actually, I'm leaving here to go to newbies, and then Saturday game nights after that, where we can hit like 80 people. We split up into smaller games, so there's it's not as harsh on your graphics. But we have Saturday game night, Sunday hangout. We just have smaller virtual vibe hours, guided meditation, realms of horror. Woo! I run that one. Come get scared with me. We have some fitness and some movie watch party type things, clubbing, world hopping, visualizers, book club. We have non-VRC games as well, and you can get involved with the Ancients of VR Chat by going to the Discord. There's a dedicated link. It's discord.gg/Ancients of VR Chat. So come join us. It takes a village, literally a village, and the people that are in the staff are amazing. I love them to pieces, and I'm just one of the pieces to this. So thank you for having me here.
Well, thank you for being here. It's really wonderful to have you here. And yes, everyone look up the Ancients of VR Chat. Huge shout out to that wonderful community of some of my dearest friends are all part of.
I adore them.
Now, Corbell, thank you so much for agreeing to be on the panel. It's very last minute. And not just for that, but thank you for being a part of Enterfest and part of making it special. You brought... So I'm going to talk Corbell up for a moment here before saying anything else. Corbell is not only just an incredibly kind person, but one of the most active people in the music community. So I've just got to say, wherever Corbell goes, creativity, kindness, and just an incredible time are sure to follow. I'm very glad to call him a friend, and we're all very thankful for his involvement here in Enterfest and helping us bring together amazing, talented people. So if we could all just get a round of applause for Corby here, let's do it.
Expensive clapping. True. All right. Also, if you get stick drift, don't blame me. Okay.
Yeah, you can blame me. I'm the one who started the applause. It's okay. I accept that responsibility.
Well, thank you so much.
Now, Corbell,
it has been
I-
really nice
what-
working with you.
it has been a pleasure. So, what inspired you to get into the music scene here in VR?
VR chat. I'll give you a basic summary. I was singing on here. I've been singing for over 11 years, and I didn't know just how bad a Quest mic sounded like until I recorded myself one day. But everybody, while I was singing on that Quest mic, they were so supportive, even though they know I sounded horrible.
They can't hear him. I don't think you're in the mic range. I don't think you're.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep. A little closer.
There we go.
Okay, so
Thank you.
So I'll start my spiel over. It's just a basic summary. So Quest users, their microphones, their quality isn't that great. I was singing on the Quest here for the longest time, and people were saying, "Oh, that's just great, until I recorded myself. I found out it doesn't sound that great. So I got some studio equipment together, and I gave them what I thought people deserved, and ever since then, I just haven't stopped. Yeah. People
Now,
inspire
you
me.
recently shared with me and with everyone at the last event we were at together that you have launched into event organizing and performing in VR full time as your main job. What has that experience been like so far?
I'm not the only one, but yeah, I pretty much rely the same as Naku. During nights, I do I transition from hard rock to nice, calm music, and that's my main source of income. Is the three things: is generosity, circumstance, and just the I don't remember the third thing, but just finding the right crowd. And yeah, I just rely on that. I've been very busy. I was actually with Naku here in Chicago in June, so I haven't really done much in June except for my big show. So yeah, that's how I survive here on VR Chat, is just the generosity of others, being glorified background music.
Now, can you talk a little bit about the community of musicians that you work with? Like, tell us a little bit more about them and when your next event will be.
So I try to do a big thing every month. It started last month, and I'm not going to stop steamrolling it. It's like I was telling Twice backstage, I consider the VR Chat music community to be that of a major city, with at least 200 career hobbyist musicians with studio equipment, and they're all ready to show off their talent. And I am very, very proud to say I'm a part of this community. And for that reason, I will continue to promote and give people a platform.
I love that. I love your vision, and I love what you're doing, and I can't wait to be there for your next show. To everyone here, just I had the pleasure of experiencing the Pride 30 event that Corbell and his amazing community of friends and close network put on, and it was just an amazing show. It actually introduced me to a lot of the incredible talent that we got to hear earlier. So yeah, thank you again, Corbell, for being a part of it. And how can people go and support you?
Well, Pride 30 wasn't just me. That was Miss Frizzy and Pride VR. That was a partnership. But yeah, I got the talent portion. I did all the talking, and then everybody else was in charge of the technical work. If you want to see me and what I do, follow me at I'm_Naku. No, I'm just... No, you can. Okay, so I have three sources of media. There's YouTube. I couldn't care less about YouTube. There's Twitch. You can find me live on Twitch on most nights at Corbell Plays, all one word, lowercase. But my main source of media is being on VR Chat with you guys. I love it when people come to see it live. And if I do happen to, like everybody out there that's a white name right now, feel free to add me. Wherever I go, music follows. Let's turn all those names yellow.
Do it. Follow Corbell. I'm always hanging out with Corbell whenever there's an event going on, so you'll likely see me there too, and many more of these incredibly talented people. But thank you, Corbell, and thank you everyone for being a part of this and for coming up here and sharing about yourselves and about what you do, about the communities you're a part of. So everyone, let's give a big round of applause to these amazing people, and let's go ahead and run into the next segment of today's event.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good
Thanks
night,
for
everybody.
having us on.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my god, look at that.
Beautiful. Well, everyone,
Good job, everybody.